If you couldn't tell what the game of the day is, it's Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now, you may be wondering, why are you talking about this instead of a Fortnite video? It's coming, don't worry. Just wanted to make this because I spent like 2 weeks playing this game and it is so much fun. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to hit all of the things I want to talk about because I'm not really great at reading off scripts. Luckily for you guys, I'm not reading off a script in this video. Anyways, on to the actual game. Conker is, as most of you may know, a banned game in everywhere that was released on the N64 by Nintendo and Rareware. And basically, Nintendo thought it was too bad, and they didn't want it to ruin their reputation, even though now they're a pretty bad company. So they took it off of everywhere, and now it's known as a very gory game, in very big air quotes, because it's not that bad. Like, they're like, oh, it's so gory. Oh, it's so like explicit, and it's like, no, it's not. Oh my God. Oh, there's a giant. She has big bazonkas. Oh, there's a sunflower. She also has big bazonkas. Okay, cool. It was the 90s. That stuff's not as bad as it is now. It's like now that game would probably not even get released because of how like critical people are today. And that's the thing about this game I find funny is now people are like, this is the worst game of all time because of how bad it is. It's like, it's not a bad game. But anyways, enough of me yapping on that. Let's get on to the actual game and the gameplay.
Those buttons actually you'll find that they're called context sensitive. And press B.
Press B.
Oh yeah.
The gameplay is very easy to learn and use with the crappy camera, but that is with all N64 games. And also, he has a frying pan or gun. The guns suck, but that's mainly because also one camera and you're unable to move around with them. Jumping, you're able to hover your tail, kind of like Tails from Sonic. And then the B button, context sensitive, and basically it gives Conker whatever he needs when he needs it. If you couldn't tell, the gameplay was very simple because they had limited functions to work with because Nintendo 64 controls suck, as shown in sections like Scary and It's War, where you have to shoot a lot, and to do that you can't move, and if you can't move, aiming while having something coming straight at you is very annoying. So yeah, that's about it for gameplay. It's pretty simple. Anyways, on to the next one. Okay, so the story and bosses are very nice, easy, and simple. First up, we have the story. So, the king is hunting down Conker so he can hold up his stool because his stool is broken for some stupid reason, and it only has 3 legs. And one of those legs needs to be held up by a red squirrel for no reason whatsoever, except for the fact that they're too dumb to just use a block of wood. And so they hunt down Conker throughout the game, leading up to Heist. And then Conker, of course, is just trying to find his way home because he had a good night out with the boys at the bar. And they're going off to go fight in some war somewhere. Oh, geez, Conker has to fight in that war later, and it's really dumb because he just walks into it randomly. And the guy comes up to him and he's like, "You're in this now." Anyways, off track. Conker goes through, does some random missions like help out a queen bee, or help the farm boy, or help the barn boys. Sorry, defeat the hay bot, and it's really interesting and funny, and it's overall just a good like 11, 12 hours of your time. And then the bosses, of course, Haybot. That one's pretty fun. Great Mighty Pooh, as you just saw. It's really funny because he's singing and you have to throw toilet paper into it, and it's overall just neat and funny and thought out bosses that are overall just a good stupid time. And one of my least favorite bosses, not because of the actual boss, but because the section after it is the teddy, where you have to kill the teddy, and then the girl tries to kamikaze and blow up the whole base. And the thing that made me really mad was the fact that as soon as I did it slow and methodical for that, and also the rushing sequence before it, oh my god, were they easy. My idiot brain just wanted to ignore the guns because I hated the guns, and I would just run past it, dying every single time. Also, another thing I should talk about, the health bar, it's pretty smart. Especially with the food theme going on with a lot of rare games, with Banjo-Kazooie having the whole food thing, with the honeycomb block thingies. That's really nice. So yeah, on to probably the thing that you guys are most excited for.
What's going on?
I have heard it comes.
Not sure what's going on here, but I think it's time to make an exit.
Oh, this fellow got it as my teddies. But I think the latest addition to my plans is about picture of the incorporation period is just about complete. Not a moment too soon. Yes, yes, please. Let us kill two birds with one stone.
One of the main things that defines a game is, of course, the final boss. Now, Conker's final boss is off of plenty of cliches and so many references to pop culture at the time. We, of course, have the Xenomorph. Now, the Xenomorph is a great way for this game to have ended off, especially after only having 4 bosses, and I felt like it deserved its own section, because, of course, as I said earlier, a final boss defines a game. For example, Gwyn from Dark Souls, he completely showed the tone of the game and showed that nothing's changed, which is exactly what this boss does. It doesn't exactly show that, but what comes after does. Because, as I said, a final boss shows it, but it's also a finale. And the Xenomorph fight, it demonstrates not the main mechanic of the game, just it's kind of like a boxing situation where you have to hit it, and then after it flies out the chute the first time, you have to hit it again, except this time you have to hit it while it's not able to defend itself, and then you do that again. And it's kind of like a Mario 64 reference, but also not, the way you throw it out the chute. You spin it around kind of like the final Bowser fight, or just all of the Bowser fights, and then you throw it out the chute, like how you throw it into the lines. And fight overall was really nice. The first time I saw the cutscene that I played, oh, I had no idea it was coming. I knew the Xenomorph was in the game. I just thought it was like a random secret area. I didn't think it was the final boss. Because I figured, oh, the Panther King's the final boss. Because all the footage I'd seen in the Panther King, it looked like it was kind of like a Darth Vader Emperor, cliche, like it was gonna have a reference to that and a parody of it. Because most things in this game are a parody of something. But no, it turns out it was a Xenomorph fight.
I thought to do that with it. Oh, this is the end. I didn't think it would end like this. Oh, dear.
As I said before, the ending and the final boss really defines a game, and this one was no different. It ends off the same way it started, in the throne room, but this time Conker's narrating, telling you that now you know who is around him, now you know how he got there, and he kind of gives his final thoughts on the game, where He isn't surrounded by anybody he wants to be surrounded by. Honestly, he didn't really accomplish any of his goals. He's rich now, but that wasn't one of his original goals. He just wanted to get home, be by his girlfriend, and have a beer. Now he can't really do any of those. And that part made me really sad because Conker kinda deserved a happy ending after all the trouble he had to go through just to get home. And now he can't have any of that because it's all gone. So Conker is kinda just sad now because you go through all the effort just for nothing, just for him to end off sad. And it was really one of the first big bad endings where it doesn't have a happy ending. This game doesn't have an alternate ending, which I wish it did, but sometimes you can't get what you want. And in this case, you really can't. But my final thoughts on the game are I would recommend it. Play it, experience it, have a good time. It's, in my opinion, one of my favorite games ever. And yeah, that's Brayden, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
There I am, king, king of all the land. And who'd have thought that? Not me. I guess you know who these guys are now? 'Cause I certainly do. I don't want to know them. And yep, I may be king. I have all the money in the world. And all the land. And all that stuff. But you know, I don't really think I want it. I just want to go home with Barry and, I don't know, have a bottle of beer. It's not gonna happen. It's true what they say. The grass is always greener. And you don't really know what it is you have until it's gone. Gone. Gone.